In this video, I am gonna walk you guys through the leg workout that I've been doing during this lockdown. As some of you might know, if you watched my previous couple of videos, I hurt my foot recently while running, and the good thing about this workout is it's a workout that uses your body weight, and it's not very high impact in the sense that there's not a whole lot of jumping around or kind of quick movements. Okay, so it's all controlled body weight movements. Keep in mind that all the exercises I've been doing them for a while, so I've progressed them up to a fairly advanced stage. Not all of them, but some of them. So if you can't start off doing what I'm doing in this video right away, that's all good. Start off with an easier progression, okay? If you want to know how to progress some of these exercises, just chuck a comment below and I'll make sure 100% to reply. Who's this? There's someone trying to come in. Oh, what's going on? We got the boy Pazu, who's hanging out with us today. What's up, man? And we got Ponyo. Anyway, this workout is gonna consist of 3 supersets. Okay, so I'm gonna talk you through each of these supersets as I do them. Let's go get it. So first superset is gonna be the reverse Nordic curl, supersetted with sissy squats. I'll do a warm-up set for each of these exercises, and then I'll talk a little bit more about why I'm doing them. Really quick on why I do these 2 exercises is they both train your quads really well, but not only do they train and strengthen your quads, it also trains them through a very full range of motion. So when I go back on that reverse Nordic, my knee is getting strength training through its full range of motion. Okay, so a lot of these exercises I do is because by strengthening through a larger range of motion, I also make myself a bit less injury prone. And how that happens is a lot of sports injuries is when circumstances in the sport pulls you outside of a range of motion that you're strong in, that's when you get injured. So if you can get yourself and train yourself to be strong through more range of motion, different angles of different joints, then when it comes to your sport and you do have to get your knee or your ankle or whatever into that angle or into that range of motion, then you would have already trained it to be strong and then therefore be more resilient to injury. Okay, so that's kind of the background reasoning as to why I do a lot of the exercises I do these days. Alright, so warm up done, let's throw on some weight and get to the work sets. Alright, so that's 3 sets of 5 done. I like to keep these types of workouts pretty low rep, low volume because of the kind of technical nature of the movements. I just want to keep all the training high quality and slowly make progress. Alright, that's the first superset. Second superset is going to be knees over toes, split squats or lunges, and supersetting with Jefferson curls. Normally these 2 would be exercises I do in the gym with a bit of added weight because I'm just doing them at home. They're more to do with training range of motion and mobility more so than kind of loading up the weight. Let's go.
Perfect.
So that's 3 sets of 5 of those 2 exercises done. My Jefferson curl definitely still requires a lot of work, because although my hamstrings have gotten a lot looser, I've still got a long way to go mobility wise, so looking forward to improving in that. The reason I do these 2 is with that knees over toes lunge. Obviously the difference from a normal lunge for that is that it really forces your ankles, your knees, your hips through a lot more range of motion. And as I mentioned before, my goal is to train through a larger range of motion, to strengthen through those ranges, to help me prevent injury and to become a more effective athlete. Okay, so that's the goal for me right now. On to the last superset, which is going to be pistol squats and Nordic curls. So these 2 are going to be my most challenging exercises to wrap up with. Let's get into it. I've actually not done weighted pistol squats or Nordic curls yet, but I'm gonna give them a go for this video. Okay, so I'm gonna go do some bodyweight ones and then we'll put some weight on and see how we go. The first set of Nordics, it always feels like something's about to rip it, but once they get warm and in the subsequent sets, usually they feel a lot better. But today, in the subsequent sets, I'm going to be adding weight, so we'll see what they look like. Reason I do these exercises, I mean, pistol squats just really challenge you in a lot of ways. You need to have hip strength, ankle mobility, you need to be able to balance, and you need the strength to actually squat up and down on one leg. So the reason I do them on the steps is it just makes it a little bit easier, because for me to counterbalance, because you'll see that my front leg is not fully straight, and that's kind of like a work in progress. But in the meantime, I do them off the steps so that I can still complete full reps of pistol squats. Nordic curls are one of the best exercises that people aren't doing. Okay, they're pretty much almost the best exercise for your hamstrings, and not only that, but they strengthen your legs in a position which is very transferable to sport and athletics, which is that straight leg position, you know, where you need a lot of stiffness. So for example, right before you jump, when you're sprinting, you need that hamstring to be strong and activated in that position, which the Nordic really helps with, and also helps with overall knee health a lot. So been working on that for a while. It's pretty tough, and let's see what it looks like with weight today. I'm guessing it might look terrible, and then I'm going to move back to going just body weight, but we'll see. Okay, so that's not going to work, because when I get to the bottom, the weight vest actually gets in the way of, like, my knee needs to pretty much be tucked against my body, and I'm just falling backwards, so we're scratching that. It's also starting to rain, so I'm just going to quickly do a weighted set of Nordics, or an attempt, and we'll see how we go. Alright, Nordics went pretty well. Extra weight just means I gotta let go a little bit earlier on the way down, and then it'll help myself a little bit more on the way up. But this type of overload training, I think, is gonna be quite useful for me progressing my just body weight Nordic. Alright, so it's just gonna be normal pistol squats. I'm gonna finish off this workout 2 more sets of 5 of each, and let's get it. That's gonna do it for this video. Again, all these exercises I did, there are progressions to them, and I've worked my way up to the level that I'm doing them at over a period of time. So don't jump into any of them without doing a bit of research first and without progressing to them in a safe way first. The purpose of all these exercises is pretty much to improve the mobility and the health and also the resiliency of my lower body. So I'm not going for like huge legs, to burn out the muscle, because my foot's injured. It's not any kind of explosive training either. All of this is to improve my range of motion, my strength through that range of motion, and to improve my mobility overall so that I can become less injury prone and have healthier knees, ankles, etc. So I really hope you enjoyed the video. Give this workout a try, and like I said before, if you need any tips or help with any of the progressions or any of these exercises, just chuck a comment below and I will chat with you there. Thank you very much for tuning in. Like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one.